G'day. The most anxious person I've ever seen in my life was 40 years ago. I was in England and I was talking to a friend of mine who had a little kiosk in a nook, Piccadilly. And while we're talking, this uh, fellow started crossing the road, jumping around, hopping along, literally almost like that, towards us. And he had a quick conversation with my friend. My friend handed him something and then off he went, jumping along across the road back to where he came from. The story was he was a hotel thief, and back then he could uh, get past the door locks using a credit card, and his bit of plastic had broken, and so he came to get another bit of plastic from his friend. He had every right to be anxious. Now, anxiety is a fancy word for being afraid, and there's a lot of anxiety in this world. And basically, it's deserved. We don't have guaranteed futures. We've all got financial pressures. We've all got worries of all kinds. Um, Being anxious is kind of goes with the territory. Now, the point is, what do you do about it? And a lot of gurus offer um, fantasy escapes. They tell you stories which make you feel better. People pop pills, or they drink, or they find other ways to try and relieve the stress. Now, from a meditation point of view, if you're going to deal with stress from a meditation point of view, none of those options I've just mentioned are part of it. What meditation's about is looking at reality as it is and dealing with it. Now, anxiety, it's going to be well-based. It may be exaggerated. Uh, in some cases, it might be fantasized. But basically, there's good reason to be anxious in this world. How do you handle it from a meditation point of view? Well, first off, the anxiety will bring with it a physical stress. And that's the easy way to deal with it. I'm advocating close your eyes, relax, and stay awake as a meditation technique. Well, here's a practical use for it. Sit in a chair, close your eyes, and do your best to relax. Now, what that's going to do is make you more aware of how stressed you are, because you're noticing the stress rather than diverting yourself from it. And that's meditation. That's looking at things as they are, not trying to run away from them, but looking at things as they are and dealing with them as they are. That's meditation. Now, if you find the stress and you can start to relax it, all right, well, maybe you're going to notice the anxiety that goes with it. Well, you're sitting in a comfortable chair, nothing's happening to you, and it's an opportunity to examine that anxiety, that stress, and accept it, get used to it, not run away from it. Now, getting used to it is the path to mastering it. Look at all the opportunities that people miss out on because they're anxious or afraid. How many good deals have come along in your life and it's been very attractive, but all you could think about is what could go wrong. The anxiety, the fear took over. And then at some point, maybe sometimes you didn't miss out, but those times that you did, and you did because you couldn't face the fear of taking the risk. Um, Anxiety and being driven by anxiety means that you're not really skilled in judging a risk. If you can cope with the feeling of being anxious, which is going to be a part of life, it is a part of life. no matter where you are. If you can um, live with that, tolerate that, your ability to judge risk is going to improve radically because you're not going to be overly influenced by what might go wrong. Now, meditation is about looking at things and understanding them, and that's how you deal with it. Uh, Running to pills or fantasies, okay, that might feel good, but there's always a cost that goes with that. You know, pills don't have only upside, they've got downsides, and I think we know what they are. And running to a fantasy, okay, so some old guy with a beard is going to tell you a story, make you feel good. It's not going to change anything, and it doesn't give you any greater skills in life. That's not meditation. Meditation is facing things. And I'm advocating that the simple way to go about that is to find what's physically stressing you and relax those stresses and deal with the mental states that are accompanying that stress and look more deeply into it and understand it. Um, Fear is a natural part of life. Uh, you wouldn't live very long if you didn't have fear. You know, fear is what keeps you alive. It's got its use, but it's there to inform the intellect, not dictate to it. So that's a little bit about anxiety and meditation. Hopefully it's useful to you. So I'll see you later.